Welcome everyone to another edition of The News. I'm your host Dad, and with me as always is my co-host Luke. Luke, how are you today?
Little Rashy!
Thanks Luke, you're always a ray of sunshine in a dark world. Today's topic, Kayfabe and social media. Why the two are incompatible and why that's okay. Recently, as usual, since this complaint goes around about once a month, there was somebody complaining about wrestlers taking pictures of each other after they had had a match. They were stating that this ruins the audience's sense of disbelief, spits on tradition, and basically is everything wrong with modern wrestling. This person, I doubt, actually wrestled in the time of kayfabe, and in fact, they're doing more damage to the business than the people taking pictures of each other. Right, Luke?
I agree!
Darn tootin'. So let's go ahead and explain why two guys taking pictures together and posting it on social media is actually less damaging than the person complaining about it. Because this happens a lot. It's an extremely common complaint in wrestling and it needs to go away. Because both of you are quote-unquote exposing the business. See, that's the big complaint that person A has, is that they're exposing the business. When in fact, your post is in fact exposing the business, breaking kayfabe, even more so, even in a way that's more damaging, because at least the two people taking a picture together are actually putting each other over. One wrestler is looking at the other wrestler saying, hey, watch this person. This person's good. This person is worth your time. As is the other person saying, I respect this individual. I like wrestling this individual. This individual is a good wrestler. You should check them out. As opposed to the person shitting on both of them saying, these guys don't respect wrestling. These guys are everything that's wrong with wrestling. And what you're doing is actually feeding an extremely toxic fan base, smarks, that get off on knowing more than the next guy. And then this extremely toxic fan base takes that little nugget of knowledge that you just spit out on Facebook, and they throw it back at other people who have laced up their boots, paid dues, and actually made the sacrifices in order to be a wrestler. You're placating to the wrong audience. Right, Luke?
You're right about everything!
Thanks, Luke. Always great to have your insights. So keep that in mind. The next time you decide to go on social media to complain about other people on social media exposing the business, you are, in fact, exposing the business. And unlike the people you're complaining about, you're burying the business. Those people are at least showing respect, putting each other over, and possibly helping their payday. You, on the other hand, are simply hurting the business. You, on the other hand, are in fact being a detriment to wrestling. The next time you decide to air this out for fans to see, remember, those fans take it to heart, and they will spit it back out at people who have actually paid dues, made sacrifices, and done the work in order to be a wrestler. You are only impressing an audience of people that are not relevant to the conversation. Luke!
Life is suffering!
Thanks for adding to the conversation, Luke. You always know how to put the cherry on top. That's it for today's edition of the news. Join us next week when we'll be looking at something else completely irrelevant and doesn't matter at all.